Young alchemist, do
Drunker
as you
than a
order.
bard. Won't get anything out of him.
Water.
Maybe there's something about testing letters in his notes.
Young alchemist, not all that falls out an ass is gold. Yet a cormorant old shit spells out his hole. Vapors to cleanse in water cold.
I don't know any of these substances. Best not risk destroying the letter. Maybe there's... How did it go? Light, quench, shit, rinse. I need to make the substance that will bring out the dye. How did it go? Light, quench, shit, rinse. Thus you will the facts evince. To read the truth by lies deformed, guan. How did it go? A little burned. How did it go? How did it go? How did it go? A bit of what? Everything. How did it go? Wait for it to... Smells like piss, but it worked. The sheet's orange, not blue.
Where have we met?
You were right, Bear.
Of course I was right. I would never seek to... Your payment, which... I want you...
What would it...
Count line...
Young.
Yes. Right up.
Are you... You're curious to know.
I want... Fine. You will be generous.
All right.
My lord, we know where they are. What are your orders?
Bloody wonderful day. Assemble your men and resolve this once and for all.
It's you!
Gather your gear. We're off to hunt.
Master Wit,
What do you...
my lord, the Right Honourable Count Marivelle.
Seems like everything is these days.
One day someone will get you in a dark...
Aldrich.
Perfect.
Where's
Patience. Look, there. I've done my bit. Up to you now.
We've got a tail. Stop him.
Stop there, White One.
What if I don't?
Then I'll fucking help you.
I'd like to see you try.
Consider it done. For Natalis!
Where's
Patience, mate. Look, there. I've done my bit. Up to you now.
We've got a tail. Stop him.
Stop there, White One.
What if I don't?
Then I'll fucking help you.
I'd like to see you try.
Consider it done. For Natalis! That's the one. Kill him. Die, dog!
For the Emperor!
Enough! You shall die, here and now. A wizard!
Fool, I find no other term for you. Did you think I could let you go with that information? I truly regret it had to end this way.
Witcher?
Forgive me, Count. I lost my What's so urgent?
In any case, I could not help noticing you circulating in and out of Baron.
What do you mean?
He cuts a fine figure, doesn't he? The heavy cloak,
A lot of that going...
I am in possession.
Only a fool would disagree.
I saw through you immediately, Witcher. You are not the sole person to have...
Doesn't seem...
He has...
I know who you...
Then you must... I shall...
I can't promise.
What do you want?
I saw you.
I'm free to go where I...
Couldn't agree more.
I've naught to...
Not good.
Baron Kimbolt said... Ugh, leave us,
Since when does a witcher take orders from a huntsman?
Since that witcher stopped hunting monsters...
Sometimes the stench is so strong.
Aye, well spoken. You've some common stinking...
A ponce like you, Pucker...
These folk have nothing to say to you, understand?
I'll be the judge.
Lend us a hand, Witcher.
I'll need to know everything about Kimbolt.
God, this is...
Yeah, seems like...
You're welcome to all...
I'm all...
We came here to collect our fee, me and me brothers.
What did you do?
Spent 4 days in a
Baron Kimbolt...
Course not. We was to destroy some wagons in a caravan that was to...
I can see why...
Kimbolt had shite information. How is that our fault? That
What exactly?
We was to watch the high road for a caravan carrying noble.
Any idea?
To highborn you...
Willing?
You
did. If you... The Baron's got go...
Not all...
The White Wolf! I can't believe it!
I found the Baron's black...
And? Did Kimbolt knock up a peasant?
Unfortunately, it's a national...
May I know its essence? As a
It looks like Kimbolt hired this group.
Thank the gods they were...
This group didn't kill anyone. The convoy carrying...
I know the Baron. He approaches things comprehensively.
Witcher?
Oh.
The Baron doesn't know yet.
What are you waiting for, Witcher? Make haste.
Actually, I was hoping you'd do that.
Knowing the constable, I fear he... But we cannot allow...
Yeah.
Besides... Yes, I suppose...
Farewell.
Dog catcher with a hook.
as a traitor.
Careful, Witcher.
Boosie.
Yes?
Boost.
Yes?
Count Marivel outright betrayed Temeria, while Baron Kimball...
Those are...
Kimball hired some thugs to do the wet work for him. I found them, and one's ready to test. They never got the job done because the convoy carrying the children changed course, only to fall into an ambush set by Marivel. You'll find the proof Boosie's death was an accident.
Dark clouds gather over Temeria. I cannot arrest them both. Their contingents are among the largest in Loch Muin, and I cannot risk mutiny by their men. Thank you, Witcher. You did. I only hope Baron Kimbolt will agree. So you see, Baron, I have learned all. And it makes... However, you may count yourself fortunate, for we've a greater problem to deal with.
This plea sounds more like a threat.
It is no plea, it is an order, and yes, a threat. Refuse and of your wish to slay the children for whom our king gave his life.
What are your terms?
Upon returning to Vizima, I shall destroy the evidence against you. Prior...
How can I be certain you will do as you pledge?
My word still means something, unlike yours.
So be it. But heed this.
Uh-oh.
Look who's here.
Up to
What?
Tris Mary. Lower your sword, son.
You've got cheek, Geralt.
Let's go. One false move and your ambassador will never see Nilfgaard's son again.
My men won't let you leave here alive.
They will if you ask them to, Excellency, and I believe you will.
Reynold F. Madsen's orders come from the Emperor himself. He'd rather die than give you Marigold.
Then he'll die.
No, mark my words. You will. Unless you release...
Out of the way, all of you, or the old man dies.
Hold there!
I'm not joking.
I know, and I advise you not to hesitate. Kill him, for we shan't move one bit.
Renwald!
He who brings me the Witcher's head will get the Order of Merit.
But Ambassador Fitz-Estellen...
Your Excellency. Orders from the capital.
Now I'll have to kill you all.
What are you waiting for? Get him!
Taste our skill! Long live the Emperor!
The gate's closed. There must be another way in.
Did you really think you could just prance in here? Make the Emperor proud! Kill him! For Nilfgaard! The Imperial Army's ranks are endless!
For the Emperor!
You're a stubborn beast, Nordling. Die, dog! Congratulations, Witcher. They were my best.
You should have picked them more carefully.
Or perhaps
Free Triss.
you amaze me.
Let's just say,
I knew it. You're in love with him.
what are you
Your friend and the other witches conspired
How do you know that?
from the best possible
And how did you convince?
by showing her the confessions of other lodge.
I don't believe.
That's irrelevant.
Maybe now.
Time to surround him.
Long live the Emperor! Long live the Emperor!
For Nilfgaard! Bring shame to the Empire. Shield bearers, forward!
For the Emperor!
Taste no steel!
There are things.
And
What?
surround him!
Long live the Emperor!
なんだよ。
Free.
Surround him! Shame to the Empire! Shield bearers, forward! On Ilkard! Emperor, I failed you.
あいつどこに行こうとしたの？
Geralt?
Didn't expect to see.
Are you kidding? The only
Did they torture?
They tried various.
When I left Flotsam.
I know it was hard.
Couldn't you ask your
How do you know?
I just... Listen, Triss, to come here for you, I had to split up with Vernon. Temeria is in danger of...
Are you sorry?
No, I'm not. But freeing you from Shillard's grasp, I need you to explain your role in this mess. And to explain why...
That's not...
I know about the Lodge. I know the Lodge was behind Demavend's assassination.
It's not...
Show me the...
True. I'm a member of the Lodge. Just the Lodge...
To the point...
To the point...
Why?
They stopped...
Because you didn't...
9 women there.
Tell me.
I was close to you.
We're still close.
Don't insult me.
Calm down, Triss. Reynold Ep Matson claimed otherwise, but I'll always take you now.
All existing councils of mages disintegrated after the Thaned massacre. We all acted separately. Philippa decided to create a new organization, a secret one this time. When I was sworn in, it never crossed my mind that the Lodge's plans would soon become secret to its members. As you know, Philippa's not one for minor undertakings. She presented a plan for creating a powerful state controlled by sorceresses.
The best laid schemes have made.
Philippa and Sheila never left. To control a powerful state, they needed...
Demavend hated mages.
No more than at one of our meet after Demavend's death, when you went off to meet...
If only I...
Letho must have...
Did you talk?
He wasn't. Sheila...
I wonder why he...
Is that a... There was... I knew Philippa...
Maybe.
I met... The pain in any... Asira Shillard and... I didn't piece the puzzle... You're right.
What? Who? Did... That'll happen.
We'll learn...
You're going...
You have no...
Actually, I know it.
That...
We'll talk.
If... Nor...
And...
The... We...
Let's go.
Ah, また紙のミルバーグ。
Those Nilfgaardians, that's your work?
They followed their leader too blindly.
You killed them all?
They didn't slaughter themselves.
We shouldn't arrive at the same time.
Triss,
Yeah?
that was some mess.
Don't worry, I'll man.
All right.
Nothing special.
Godspeed, Witcher.
What do you want?
Renounce magic, I tell you! Shatter your tower, crystal balls, break your wands.
It's a brazen
and burn
attack.
your hats.
King Radovid will
Turn
learn of
away
this.
the black
Radovid
cat.
sent them, you idiot!
The audacity!
Pull yourself together!
The frog.
Simpleton.
This would never happen if the Conclave still existed.
And if Grandma had a moustache, she'd be a catfish.
We must protest with all our...
Simpleton. Simpleton.
Barbarian.
Where is Philippa? She should pull down his pants and give him a thrashing in front of all those knights.
Afraid she's lost that option forever.
Leave the royal court. Pour venom into rulers' ears no more. It's not too late to repent. Hey there, writhing and begging for more.
Simpleton.
It's a brazen attack. King Radovid will learn of this.
Radovid sent them, you idiot!
The audacity!
Pull yourself together! Simpleton. Simpleton.
This would never happen if the Conclave still existed.
And if Grandma had a moustache,
Oh, shut up.
Constable John Natalis.
Interex John Natalis. He is regent.
So,
We're about to.
Yeah, that's good.
It's now.
In recent weeks, we have because they're unable to.
This cannot be, John Natalis. Temeria stands between Nilfgaard.
I too would wish it so, Your Majesty, but
I have learned that Anais La Valette is currently in the hand.
Clearly you have yet to.
Yet there is hope if the child. I hasten to remind you that Vernon Roach, his capture is also your responsibility. He is suspected of murdering King Hensel soon after the monarch's.
Vernon Roach disappeared with his unit a few days after the success.
To the matter at hand. The document describing the charter of the Council and the Conclave is, as previously ascertained, an exact copy of the charter found in the ruins on Thanet Island. The more important question relates to the Conclave and its power to designate royal advisors. Today, randomly chosen mages and sorceresses reside at many courts. However, in the time of the previous Conclave, such persons were carefully chosen.
Why shouldn't we pick our own advisors?
These individuals bear great responsibility, Your Majesty. The Conclave needs to be certain they are competent.
And that they will keep the Conclave's interests in mind.
Obviously, sire. The Conclave's chief interest is the well-being and prosperity of the northern kingdoms. The document has been signed by every member of the Conclave we have proposed, as well as by all but one of the designated advisors. We await only Sheila de Tanserville's signature.
Without our royal seals, you should be allowed to designate advisors to cowherds at most.
That is true, Your Majesty.
Sheila de Tanserville should never be allowed to sign this document.
Triss Merigold, you decided to join us after all.
De Tanserville has royal blood on her hands. She can't sit on the Conclave.
That is a lie.
Have you anything to support these claims, Merigold?
There are witnesses who will confirm that Sheila de Tanserville was behind the assassinations of Demavend and Foltest.
Officials of the future Council and Conclave. Sheila de Tanserville should be arrested and tried. If Triss Merigold speaks the truth, Lady de Tanserville will be condemned to death.
Sheila de Tanserville, until Triss Merigold's charges are dismissed or refuted, you cannot sit on the Conclave.
Arrest her.
You don't know the whole truth. Merigold doesn't know what she's talking about. Fight while you can, Witcher. You can't stop me. Not you, not anyone else. If I have to, I will kill you. How do you like my dragon? Kill him now! You're late. I've already managed to stay.
You've got nowhere to run.
I prefer to lead.
Where's Leth?
Sir Synthesis will tend to him, as she will to all the fools.
Where is he?
I don't know, fool. I've been looking for him since Foltest's assassination. Don't you understand? The Lodge sought a way to get rid of Demavend. That's true. He was a weak, volatile king. We chose the lesser evil. He had to be a...
Foltest? Hence...
We had nothing to do with that. After assassinating Demavend, Letho used our gold and magical support to find and meet Yorveth. The elf was to help him hide until the matter blew over. Or so...
Then who?
Nilfgaard. Letho is the king of liars and emperor of traitors. From the start, he worked for the glory of the Great Sun and the what?
Got any evidence?
A moment ago, I received a message from the Lodge's agent in Sintra. The Imperial Army is on the move. They're fording the Yaruga now.
I don't... The Dragonet...
We did not control it then. We may have lost a battle, but the war is just beginning. You... Farewell! Something's not right! The diamond! Someone replace the diamond! This one's flawed! I'll be torn to bits! Geralt, remove it! You waited long enough. Should you survive, go south to Nilfgaard, where you'll find Yennefer of Vengerberg. Farewell, Witcher.
How many more can there be?
やー、それはずるいでしょ今。これはずるい。
Damn, you're ugly.
Oh, マジで。うわー、マジか。
Take that.
チャーはドラゴンを殺さないんじゃねえんだ。
Are you all right?
More or less.
And the dragon?
Let's say it had a hard landing, impaled itself on a tree.
Did you kill it?
It's alive. You know I don't kill dragons.
But Philippa's...
In time, we'll deal with her. You know that could be one of the last dragons alive, a noble and beautiful creature.
Let's get out of here.
I guess Letho got away.
He's waiting for you.
Waiting?
Where the Temerians made camp. Come on.
This should be interesting. What happened here while I was gone?
All the kings had many more armed men than they should have had at a peace summit. During the evacuation, several skirmishes broke out. The Kedwenis clashed with the Temerians. The Order's knights raped 2 sorceresses and killed those who dared try to help them.
Do you think the Council and Conclave will survive?
Well, they're established, and that's the only thing that prevented a wholesale massacre. Hard to say if they'll survive. Are you all right?
More. Let's say it had a...
But
in...
let's... He's... what...
Waiting. What do you mean, waiting?
Utter chaos broke out after the dragon attacked. I tried to reach Philippa's quarters. The letter was short. I'm waiting in the...
What happened here while I was gone?
All the kings had many more armed men than they should have had at a peace summit. During the evacuation, several skirmishes broke out. The Kedwenis clashed with the Temerians. The Order's knights raped 2 sorceresses and killed those who dared try to help them.
Do you think the Council and Conclave will survive?
Well, they're established, and that's the only thing that prevented a wholesale massacre. Hard to say if they'll survive, but for the time being, no one's got any better ideas. Mages are part of this world, whether people like it or not. They have to have their rights, their place. Otherwise, another lodge will arise.
Vernon Roach, step away from the child.
She's of royal blood. Temerian. Too good for you, Horsens.
You're an outlaw, wanted in all the north. Hand over the child and perhaps the king will show you mercy.
I piss on Kedweni mercy.
Roach!
Triss! We can't let them have her! This is Foltest's daughter!
I've heard enough. Grab them!
I failed. Death...
Triss needed my help. You know that.
What are you talking?
They kidnapped Triss. The Emperor dispatched the Kingslayers using the Lodge as a decoy, all in order to breed chaos in the Northern Kingdom.
Temeria is lost. The Barons will pick it apart.
It's not lost. Temeria will be reunited.
What about you?
I'm going...
A man.
It's... Where's Yorvith? How's Yorvith?
Proud, I think. The reward on his head has never been greater. Those seeking him, the Scoia'tael hunters, will be reinforced. The special forces throughout the north will receive more resources. The Council and the Conclave are assigning several mages to the task. Yorvith is now public enemy number 1. They won't rest until they find him.
This is no place for witches. Though I know you.
True.
And this time?
Let's say I have some...
In that case, hurry. Once we're done
getting out temp, so
we should...
That could...
We have... Forget...
やろうか。
There he is.
Wait for me.
Geralt,
This is between me.
you don't.
I do. Wait for me at the... Took you a while? Is that bauble from Sheila's megascope?
Mm-hmm. My final prank. I switched the diamonds. The one in the
I let her
You're heartless. You've no idea what the...
I don't doubt it. So?
No matter the game, there comes a point when all the... vodka...
I suppose my throat's a little dry?
In that case, let's drink to old friendships. Recovered your...
Not in...
Remember?
Yeah, I saved your life.
Frankly, I couldn't. I mean, taking care of another man's woman, Yennefer. I can't fathom what you saw in her.
The winter solstice, 1270. Midinvern, the night of magic. Letho wasn't lying, the hunt had stopped. At the Hanged Man's Tree, the spectral riders selected from among those they had taken. Yennefer was among them. A wraith cannot be killed, only driven away. Every witcher knows that. Yet the riders fell beneath the blows of our witcher's blades. Crimson blood flowed from under their dead men's armor. We could not kill them all. They were simply too many. A stalemate. He was different from all other elves. There was no shame in his gaze. He had never suffered persecution. He had endured no massacres. Humans had not taken his land. This elf was not of this world. He was an invader. We struck a deal. My soul for that of Yennefer. He agreed without hesitation.
だから記憶をなくしたのか。
Back with me, friend. Got the
memories. I remember the Hanged Man's Tree and the...
So, cards out on the table.
I chased you for lots of reasons.
Let's...
Tell me about Yennefer.
She was feverish for several days. Somehow she recovered.
What then?
Well, the woman turned out to be quite a character. Throwing temper tantrums after you so nobly sacrificed yourself. We thought it'd be dumb just to leave her somewhere. She wouldn't have... We were in the heart of the Empire. And as I'm sure you know, Geralt, in Nilfgaard,
So I heard.
So we set out. Wandered through the provinces. Everywhere we went, she got in trouble and we put...
Imperial...
Mm-hmm. We were separated, and that's how I met Vatia de Rideau. And a couple...
What happened to you?
I don't know. Never saw her again. The Emperor offered me a mission in the northern... Those Imperial spooks have their ways. All I heard is that Vatir had his men watch Yen...
So she's in the...
She was when I...
How did you know?
Every witcher who wears the viper around his neck knows the place. We had so many books.
Know who they...
From what I understand...
No, Marcus.
Go ahead.
There are a lot of legends.
Are you
They may be...
There's not a witcher.
So you know there are other spheres. The most powerful of our mages can open passages between these worlds. The elves we saw come from another world. And
as they did for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, elves from another world and...
I've got an idea. How did a witcher agree to kill...
At the Emperor's bidding, Geralt. And he's no ordinary...
Why?
Simple. He promised to rebuild the School of the Viper. Witcher's schools in the south fell into ruin long ago. and Witchers themselves became... Besides Seret and Ox, I know of 2 other Witchers of the School of the Viper who should be alive and on the path.
Why are you still here?
I knew you wouldn't give up. I knew you'd pursue me. I never...
Care to tell me what it was all about?
Kill as many rulers as we could. And you know what's incredible? No matter what the war's out, the North resembles a whorehouse on fire. As your friend Dan...
Care to tell me? I'm done.
Wanna fight?
Any vodka?
A swig? The Imperial Army is probably crossing the Yaruga as we speak.
You're a fool, Letho. Both you and your Emperor are forgetting one thing. Misfortune brings people together, but that's just not...
I'm not your foe. I never was.
I've learned all I wanted to know. Your death won't change a thing.
Just like that.
You going?
The Witcher had traveled far and wide in search of the Kingslayers. In Flotsam, he slew Bernard Laredo, but few mourned for the Commandant. Flotsam remained Temerian, while command of the garrison and town went to a Vizima noble, a sworn enemy of Kedwen and an avid angler. To this day, folk gather round bonfires in Lobendon to hear of the Witcher's deeds. The Witcher witnessed a great Kedweni victory in Edirn. At Vergen, Henselt's army crushed Saskia the Dragonslayer's motley force, ending the springtime of races. Soldiers of the Unicorn swarmed over the Pontar Valley. As it had before, powerful Kedwen swallowed Upper Edirn whole. Yet subsequent events would render Henselt's triumph short-lived. After Foltest's death, Temeria's neighbors began to vie for the glittering prize that was the realm's throne. Yet the murders of first Demavend, then Henselt, forced them to look to their own problems. Temeria fell prey to its power-hungry barons. But Vernon Roche held a light of hope for the dying realm, and he tucked it away in a place safe and still to await better times. Years before, Geralt of Rivia had witnessed the fall of the Council and Conclave of Mages. The summit in Loch Muin re-established both bodies, their founders sacrificing Sheila de Tanzerville and her accomplices. Yet Radovid also required humility and loyalty from the proud mages, but this did not sit well with all of them. It was a time of great uncertainty, of rape accomplished by royal decree. Yet as troubled as the days seemed, we, who had in some way shaped the world's fate, finally received some respite. Zoltan resumed the quest for his beloved's hand, and I laid my head in the laps of the muses. Who could have known this tempest which had ravaged the north was but a harbinger of darker days, and the preamble to an entirely new tale of Geralt of Rivia.
ゲームプラス的なのがあるんだと。なんだ、エミリアかミルクガードン。
The Witcher had traveled far and wide in search of the Kingslayers.
Witchen, or Witchers, an elite and mysterious caste of warrior monks. In popular lore, they're portrayed as possessing magic powers and
外出で許可です。大丈夫そう。
Witchen, or witches, an Witchen, or witches, an elite and mysterious caste of warrior monks. In popular lore, they're portrayed as possessing magic powers and superhuman abilities. Witches were believed to combat evil spirits, ghastly monsters, and all manner of dark forces. It's possible that witches had animal eyes, which granted them sight in near darkness, rendering survival probable in encounters with fiends both subterranean and nocturnal, kobolds, vampires, and ghouls. Witches used their silver swords to kill creatures of magic provenance, wraiths, cursed souls, and striggers. With their swords of meteorite steel, they felled non-magic beasts, and the occasional human who refused to pay for services rendered. In combat, witches would go into a trance, induced, it's supposed, through self-hypnosis or the consumption of intoxicants. They fought with blind abandon, sensing absolutely no pain, ignoring even serious injuries, which fed fears and superstitions about their unearthly powers. There is little doubt that witches were perceived to be vile beings who could bring misfortune down upon common folk with their gaze alone. The heroes of fairy tales and other yarns, witches entered the folklore of the Nordlings. This is true of one especially, Geralt the Riv, known as the White Wolf. Listen now to one of the legends about him.
Rivia, population 1,234. In that, 253 non-humans. September the 25th, 1268, a riot erupts. A massive... Rivia, population 1,234. In that, 253 non-humans. September the 25th, 1268, a riot erupts. A massacre ensues. The streets run with the blood of elves and dwarves. One person finds the courage to face the raging crowd. During the rioting, 76 non-humans perished, including the witches Geralt of Rivia. Stabbed in the chest with a pitchfork by a man of whom we know only that his name was Rob, and he owed 3 crowns at the local tavern. Yennefer of Vengerberg dies trying to heal the witcher. The bodies of Geralt and the sorceress are taken away by a mysterious young girl with ashen hair. Their place of interment remains unknown. I remember. Rivia. Yennefer. Yennefer told me that for the good of the Temerian crown, Vernon Roach is Honor's a curious thing. Honor made Arion fight a mismatched battle against the might of Temeria.